This is a 1983 BMW R80ST project bike. As you can see, there's a lot of work to be done to restore this one. This was a model that BMW made to create a street version of the R80 GS. And I've been looking for a new project, and this is the one I'm going to work on. And my goal is to complete the restoration on this one, and then I'm going to auction it for charity and donate the proceeds to the Motorcycle Relief Project. That's a group which puts together motorcycle rides for military and first responders who suffered PTSD, and it's a program to help with their recovery. So I'm all in favor of supporting them. Now, when I picked the bike up, I also collected a number of parts that were included with it: the gas tank, the left battery side cover, the rear fender and the seat, and the carburetors and some miscellaneous hardware. There's also the airbox cover, some mirrors, the crash bar on the right side, the toolbox and original tools. I've also got the instrument cluster and the original speedometer, which has some damage to the bezel that I'll get fixed. But the bike had 64,137 miles on it. And there's a new headlight and a new bracket and new front turn signals that were part of the deal. So that all goes on the front. And then there's the original handlebar switch controls and the perches for them. And on this case, there's most of the front brake master cylinder and parts. So as you can see, front fender is missing, and of course all the handlebar parts are not on the bike at this point. The exhaust system missing really the header pipes, and the exhaust pipe itself has gotten pretty rusted. So I'm pretty sure this is going to end up being replaced. And these are the internals of the airbox with the pulse air system, which I may remove. You can see the engine cases have gotten pretty beat up, and all the paintwork here has gone. I've got a set of carbs that I'll be able to rebuild and put on it. And then here's the electrical system, which includes the relays and the voltage regulator and the ignition control unit all along the spine tube. And this bike, of course, uses the R80 GS frame, so it's a monoshock rear as opposed to dual shock. Now the electrical harness is still here, but it's not in the world's greatest condition. So I'm likely going to replace the harness, and I found a replacement harness at Euromoto Electrics, so I'm pretty sure that's going to go in here. These sockets up here are where the handlebar multiple control electrical wires plug in, so that's all up front there. And there's a bunch of stray wires that have been chopped, but they're not going to be a problem because when I get the new harness, I'll be able to overcome any of that. Now there's a fair amount of oil around the cylinders, push rod tubes, and oil pan, and the oil filter housing. Not uncommon on a bike this old. And a previous owner painted the valve covers red and also painted the bottom oil pan red, I guess to make it go faster. The front disc caliper is there, but the rotor's missing, so that's also part of it. And whoever had it actually painted the fork tube blue, but all that I think can get cleaned up. Now the serial numbers on the bike indicate that it is the 317th US bike that was imported, and in total BMW didn't bring in more than about 1,000 of these. and it was only in the catalog for about 2 years. So not a hugely popular bike, but to me it's a kind of a very interesting machine, so I'm really looking forward to this project.